Good afternoon, everybody. It is Tuesday, October 10th. Today for e-learning, very simple. What I want you to do is use this short video to complete the Chapter 13 notes. Okay, so it's only this slide and then two more with information on it. This will touch on the things we started yesterday in class with mutations. Secondly, I have attached a worksheet in eBackpack. It will use this information and the different types of mutations that we talked about yesterday. So complete the worksheet after filling in your notes, and that will be due upon your arrival to class tomorrow. Okay, so very simple. Please get it done, and we will do a short review for the 15 minutes. I'll see you tomorrow in class. All right, everyone, so on this slide, I want to take a look at some of the causes of the mutations we talked about yesterday. We had point mutations, which included substitution, insertion, and deletion. And we had our 4 types of chromosomal mutations. Now, many mutations occur naturally during the genetic process. For example, cellular machinery that replicates DNA can insert an incorrect base, and we saw what some of those effects could be. So some natural occurring events with this cellular machinery in the genetic process can occur and lead to some of the mutations we looked at yesterday. We also have some mutations caused by the environment. Okay, under stressful environmental conditions, for example, some bacteria can increase their mutation rates. As we'll see on the next slide, not all mutations are negative, so many times this is positive. It allows them to better adapt to their conditions, but the environment can often dictate stages of mutations and promote mutations in an organism. And finally, we have what we call mutagens. Mutagens are chemicals or physical agents in the environment. Chemical or physical agents in the environment. A few examples: pesticides, tobacco smoke, pollutants, X-rays, and UV light. So oftentimes, if these agents interact with DNA, they can promote or produce mutations at higher rates than what occurs naturally, as we saw in number 1. Cells can sometimes repair this damage, but when they can't, those DNA-based sequences change permanently and can be passed from parents to offspring. So 3 causes there. We have natural events, cellular machinery making an error in DNA replication, which we saw yesterday, environmental conditions promoting mutations, and also mutagens, which are chemicals or physical agents in the environment interacting with the DNA. So the word mutation has a very negative connotation to it. However, there are neutral mutations, harmful mutations, and oftentimes beneficial mutations that can occur within an organism. So most mutations that do occur have little or no effect on an organism. So those would be our neutral mutations. So oftentimes the organism will experience no physical change due to some of these mutations that occur in the DNA sequences or on the chromosomes. Other mutations can be harmful. Okay, these generally change the structure of the protein and the function of the protein. Oftentimes, mutations can even produce proteins that can't function anymore. So the organism is losing a functional protein that carries out a function in the body. So that DNA to RNA to protein sequence is altered. So it does not go smoothly, produces what we would consider a faulty, ineffective, functioning protein. So an error here, DNA sequence produces an RNA, mRNA specifically, mRNA sequence that leads to a faulty protein. And finally, we also have beneficial mutations. Okay, beneficial mutations can lead to things such as pesticide-resistant insects, which is good for them, not good for the humans who are trying to keep them from eating their crops. Can improve bone strength, HIV resistance, and also polyploidy in plants, which are often bigger and stronger than diploid plants. That is in genetic unit. We will get to that down the line. But those are the last two slides of Chapter 13. So we do have our completed notes. Just a reminder for you all that the test on Thursday will be over Chapter 12 and Chapter 13. So DNA and RNA, all of the processes we've talked about, replication, transcription, and translation. So we will see you guys tomorrow in class. Make sure you get that worksheet done. Make sure your notes are completely filled out. Have a good evening.